Welcome to this video, which is all about how to trade Forex with total confidence and be successful long term. Now, in terms of what we're going to be discussing in this tutorial, it's basically the latest research in neurology, which is obviously the study of the brain. And what we're going to be focusing on is how people become really skilled. This isn't just in Forex trading, it's in any discipline where someone achieves a high skill level. And it's to do with learning. It's the way that you learn that will lead you to becoming really successful, not just learning. Okay, this will become clear as we go through the video. Now, before we discuss all this in more detail, I'm going to start off with a short clip. We're going to be focusing on Dr. Socrates to illustrate some of the points in this tutorial. And I also want to pose a question on this clip, see if you can guess the answer, and also the equation for success. Okay, it's only very short. Here it comes. We're back in a moment to discuss.
Socrates playing in England at 50. Who says dreams don't come true?
Straight out to Socrates. Socrates still trying to get the opening. Lord Socrates! Whoa! What a goal!
Welcome back after that short clip of legendary Brazilian football captain Socrates. Now, he actually was a medically trained doctor. Rather strangely, though, he smoked 60 cigarettes a day. He drank copious amounts of alcohol. But a truly wonderful player, one of the greats of the game. He's actually my favourite player of all time. Also a deep thinker as well, well named after the philosopher. And I'm going to be doing some quotes from him, which would fit with the theme of this video later on as well. Now, in relation to Brazil, if you'd ask any football fan, what country they like to watch, it's Brazil. And which country has produced an abundance of skillful players or highly skilled players, let's say over the last 70 years, more than any other country, it's definitely Brazil. So why do they produce such an abundance of skillful players? Ask a lot of people and they'll say, well, Brazilians have a real passion for the game. Well, that's true, but so do people in many other countries. Ask other people, they might say, well, they practice a lot. You see them on the beaches of Rio, from dawn till dusk. Well, they do practice a lot, but so do players in many other countries. That's not what separates them out. What separates out Brazilian players from the rest of the world, up until very recently actually, was the way they learnt the game and the way they practiced. Okay, it's highly significant. It's been proved medically, okay, that if you want to reach a high skill level in anything, that includes Forex trading, you have to learn and practice in a specific way. Okay, now in terms of the equation, the I is, you probably guessed it already, it's for instinctive skill. What is the M and what is the DP in the equation? Well, I'm just going to show you now on another quick clip of Socrates. He is my favourite player, so we'll squeeze another clip in. I also want to put a couple of quotes from him on the clip as well, which I think are highly significant. And also just watch the way he plays, such a skillful, effortless player. So here is the equation, and we'll come back and discuss all this in more detail and relate it to Forex trading. Back.
Never considered a natural athlete, yet the willowy playmaker made up for it with a rare intelligence and distinctive footballing philosophy.
Someone who thinks doesn't run, someone who runs doesn't think.
Socrates came to prominence at Sao Paulo giants Corinthians in the late 70s and early 80s. He inspired the club to 3 regional titles. Pelé once stated that Socrates played football better backwards than most players going forwards. On the pitch, he was as imaginative as he was intelligent. Off it, the chain-smoking, beer-drinking intellectual doctor was something of a revolutionary.
A footballer has a lot of power. It's the only job where the employee has more power than the boss. He has the masses in his hands.
Welcome back after that short summary there. Now, in terms of becoming skillful at anything, comes from deep practice which produces myelin, and that means becoming skilled at anything. It's been medically proven. Now, in terms of myelin, I'll come to that in a moment. But what is deep practice? Deep practice is a very intense, focused practice which helps you improve. You're focused on mistakes, basically not making them again, improving your skill levels. You're very focused on it. Okay. Now, in terms of practice makes perfect. Yes, an old saying, practice does not make perfect. Okay. Big difference between deep practice and practice. For example, I've been driving for 40 years. I've had a lot of practice at it. More practice of driving than trading Forex yet today. Am I a better driver than when I passed my test? The answer is no. I'm not really focused on it when I do it. It's just a means to an end to get from A to B. So it's not intense. Now, in terms of, let's take obviously the example we just looked at, just football. I'll put down the Brazilians produce so many skillful players because of football de salão, which means football in a little room, basically. And the game is a derivative of football. The difference is it's a very small pitch. It's played with a small, heavy ball that hardly bounces, and rules which mean you actually have to react quicker than you do in football. You'll find that, if you look up the Brazilian players, the greats, many of them didn't start playing normal football until they were well into their mid-teens. They were focused on that game. That game basically means that you have to react far quicker than you do on a big football pitch. That is why they appear so quick and so skillful, because they're so focused on doing it quickly on the small pitch. Okay, now that example obviously relates to football. Okay, we're going to relate it obviously to Forex in a moment, but first of all, what I want to do is do a summary of what myelin is, because deep practice produces myelin, which actually makes a skill look effortless. Okay, why does it make it look effortless? And what does myelin actually do? Let's do a quick summary of myelin. I've written on a short storyboard here because I always have trouble explaining it, so I've written it down. Only take about a minute or so, then we'll be back to discuss and look at it in the context of trading Forex for profit. I'll get back after that short summary there of myelin. You can see basically how it works, okay? And in terms of the unconscious mind, it is very, very important. That's where your knowledge is stored, and then basically it's delivered to the neurons. And myelin is like fast broadband, really. Now, in terms of, let's say a Brazilian footballer, do you think he thinks in advance about making passes? Of course he doesn't. It just comes from the unconscious mind. Same with anyone who's successful at Forex trading. There's no successful Forex trader who, looks at a chart formation, thinks about it endlessly. You normally just look at a chart and just know what to do. Forex trading becomes effortless after you've got the experience of deep practice and you've built myelin. It really is that simple. Now, in terms of myelin and building it and getting deep practice in Forex trading, I'm just going to give you my views on how to do it. I'm just going to summarize some points on a quick storyboard and just go over them. So just look at them, then we'll come back and sum up. Okay, here are my Forex steps to success, which I believe can lead anyone to being a confident and successful trader. And as we've got a little bit of a Brazilian theme going on today, I'll put it over the beaches of Rio. Right, now, in terms of step number one, belief. You must have total confidence in yourself. You must come in with the attitude, you are going to win. That's it. You believe totally in your own ability to win. Now, from what we've learnt so far in terms of myelin, we know that anyone can build the skills needed to succeed in anything and become very competent. If you really want to, really fire yourself up, I would strongly recommend you read the books that provided the research for this video. They are The Talent Code by Daniel Coyle, Bounce by Matthew Syed, and Blink by Malcolm Gladwell. They've all won awards. Actually, I'll put a link to them underneath this video. They will really inspire you and really reinforce that you can do it on your own. Okay. Now, moving to strategy should be based upon an understanding of human psychology, and by that I mean a simple strategy based on probabilities and reacting to the market. So that in numerous videos, avoid all the predictive nonsense like Fibonacci, Gartley patterns, Elliott wave, anything too complicated, or too predictive or mathematical. This is not a mathematical game, okay? It's a game when you're playing against other humans, and you need to basically keep that in mind. Your strategy must have a logic that you really have rock solid confidence in. There's plenty of strategies that do work. Obviously, we've got a few on our channel which you can look up and pick the one that suits you the best. Now, moving to demo accounts. You need to use one, I think, but no more than a month. They're good for learning the basics. But you get a lot of people who want to trade on a demo account for many months. I know people who have traded on demo accounts for years. You don't learn anything about trading using a demo account. It's a bit like, when I was talking about driving earlier on. It's just going through the motions. There's no money on the line. It's money that really makes deep practice, obviously, in Forex trading. Now, in terms of money, when you do your account deposit, it needs to be meaningful. And when I say meaningful, it must be an amount that is important to you, i.e. you don't want to lose it. I'm not saying, you put so much in, you're going to be on the streets. But it must be meaningful. You must really care about that money. And it was Harry Williams who said this, one of the great traders. All these people who put in money that they can just afford to lose. Well, that's totally the wrong attitude, because you're going to lose it. You're not going to take good care of it, okay? So it must be an amount that is meaningful. So when you come to your risk per trade, whatever it is, 2% or 5%, it hurts a little bit when you lose. You need to have this, okay? This feeling that you don't want to lose your money. I think it's in the book, The Zurich Axioms, where Max Gunther says, if you're not worried a little bit, you're not risking enough. It's very, very true. If you're a little bit worried about losing your money, you're going to be much more selective with your trading signals. And when you make mistakes, you are much more likely going to correct them, okay? Ray Dalio, the great hedge fund manager, said that, mistakes, he loves them. He goes, everyone is going to make mistakes. He goes, the only thing you ought to keep in mind is nothing wrong with making a mistake, but you must learn from it, correct it, and then repeat the process. You're not just going to make a few mistakes when you start Forex trading. You're going to make a few, in my view. There is a learning curve in the market. If you read up on the great traders, none of them just became, really successful traders overnight. Okay. I think, when you risk amounts that are meaningful, this really brings in what is deep practice, effectively. You're very focused on what you're doing. You're very keen to learn, correct mistakes, do better, really move on. Okay. Now, next point is brain spots patterns. It is the best pattern matching computer on the planet. You think about it. Okay, if you watch me on video, okay, you don't make any conscious effort whatsoever to remember my face, but when I come on the next video, you immediately recognize me. Okay, and this is the real power of the unconscious mind. As you continually look at charts, you get used to the subtle movements. Okay, they're always different. The charts always evolve in a slightly different way, just like a football match will evolve in a slightly different way. But over time, you start getting used to those movements, and then suddenly you might get a conviction about a trade. You don't actually know exactly why. Your unconscious mind has stored previous chart patterns, okay? And is telling you that is the chart pattern to go for. And the unconscious mind, people don't like to trust their instincts. You should, simple strategy, but trust your instincts. Like if you see a really great trading opportunity, be prepared to go for it. So over time, basically your unconscious mind will store all that knowledge, and then myelin will deliver it to the neurons of the brain. It really is that simple. When I see Forex trading taught as an outer game, like you can do it with a strategy from outside and you're not so important, it just isn't true. You are so important in the equation. In fact, you are the most important bit of the equation in terms of Forex trading success. Okay. Is there any other points I want to add? There was one more point I was going to add, actually, which is don't worry about losing. Okay, I'm sure you don't want to lose. We've already said this, but you've got to come in and basically be prepared to make mistakes. Be prepared to lose. It's a bit like a game of football, isn't it? It's like when I was saying about Socrates earlier on. I did a quote from him. At the end of the day, it's about playing the game. Winning is secondary. Now, in terms of winning being secondary, you will actually win if you take that attitude and forget about the money. Okay, when Brazilian footballers play, no matter how great the team, there's always going to be passes that go astray, shots that get missed, games that get lost. We all have to lose to win. Okay, right, let's go back and quickly sum up with a few additional points. I'll go back after that short summary. It works. Okay, I've seen numerous Forex traders follow that and they've succeeded. Now, in terms of Forex trading, yes, you do need passion, you do need desire. I'm going to stress it again because it's so important. You need to believe that you are going to do it, that you're perfectly capable of doing it. That's the only way, in my view, to succeed. Then you'll persevere, and you'll go through the learning curve. Now, in terms of the footballer Socrates, he did say football is an art. So is Forex trading. You don't learn football by reading endless textbooks or theory. Same in Forex trading. You keep it simple with your strategy and you do it. You play the game. That is the only way you're going to become good at it. Now, in terms of, Socrates, a very humble guy as well. He never believed anyone was better than him. When he was at Corinthians, he introduced democracy to the club, where on important matters everyone had a vote, from him, the captain of Brazil, to the tea lady. And I think in terms of Forex trading, a lot of people who teach Forex sort of give this view that they're better than you, and a lot of people actually believe it. Go and look at the comments on some of these so-called traders. You get guys saying, oh, you're wonderful, you're great, etc., etc. If you're writing those sorts of comments, then you're a loser in terms of Forex trading. There's no hero worship involved, okay? You're as good as anyone else. In terms of Socrates, yeah, a very intellectual guy, great guy, actually was played a big part in bringing democracy to Brazil. And I'm just going to finish up with one story about Socrates, which goes perfectly with the theme of this video. I said earlier on that he played in England. Who did he play for? He played for non-league Garforth Town, a full 8 divisions below the Premier League. Not only did he play for them, he didn't charge them. In fact, he paid all his expenses, his flights from Brazil, just to turn up and play. Why did he do it? Because there was a rather far-sighted English football manager by the name of Simon Clifford at Garforth. He'd been to Brazil. He took the trouble to meet all of the Brazilian players, study the game. He looked at football de Salao. Sorry, I can never say it. He decided that was a fantastic way to build skills in football players anywhere. He set up a Brazilian soccer school in Garforth. People laughed at him. Okay, he's got 100 schools worldwide now, and the schools are producing very skillful players, international players now. They're not Brazilian. The format works. Right, that is the video for today. I'm just going to finish up with a very quick clip of Socrates playing for non-league Garforth Town. Bit older, put on a bit of weight, touch perhaps not so good. But, yeah, at least he turned up to support, someone he felt was, doing something worthwhile for, footballers everywhere. So anyway, as you probably gathered, my favourite player. That's the video for today. Thank you very much for watching me as per usual. Take care. Have a good day.
Take me there. My sadness behind me. Let's sweet paradise find me. Heaven waits over yonder. Take me to where take me to where take me.
Very cool. I enjoy it.
Take me.
Cliff did take me out just having something like that in dressing room, just playing with the World Cup with her.
If we can get him fit again with another game next week at home against Pontefract Collieries.